Hey, Marv.
What up, dude?
Marv's new.
Marvin's a seasoned vet.
He's
not a bitch.
He's a seasoned vet, but he's new here, and we're glad to have him.
Yes. Hey.
Diddy.
Yes.
Take that, man.
Yes, he did.
Bad boy. He did take that.
He did.
Take
no.
that.
Or he gave it.
He gave it. He took those. Where do we start?
With the locks, 25 years.
No, literally. Wait, what was the? Okay, so I'm gonna read the headline because Diddy finally.
He released his statement.
He finally released
to
his
all
statement.
of the allegations that he received recently.
He said, "Enough is enough. Enough is enough."
I done had it.
For the last couple of weeks, I sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. First of all, he didn't. His publicist.
I'm gonna say this is not him. He don't
alleged.
He doesn't even know what alleged
He
means.
doesn't know exactly.
Like, stop
exactly.
He had to release a statement.
He had to. He had to
release a statement after he released that check for Cassie.
No, actually, but see, that's the thing. Because Chris said that Diddy wasn't gonna say anything. That
Right.
it was just gonna blow over or whatever. I thought this was bold of him to say something because he didn't really have to say anything.
Yes, he did.
Why?
Yes, he did, because it's not like the Cassie situation. We know the Cassie situation was chaotic, right? Like,
yep.
we didn't understand how chaotic it was. And then she came out and said years of rape, years of rape.
There goes the monetization. Man said the R word. It's gone.
I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
I'll bleep it
That's
out.
right.
I'll bleep
Yeah.
it out. I'll
Sorry.
bleep it out. It's fine.
I got YouTube.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm talking to a friend.
No, it's
All right.
Listen. Honestly, just let it fly. Years of rape. You said it
of
already.
misconduct in a sexual nature.
Yeah. And then
he cut the check.
Quick the next day. The next day, Marv.
Dog, you want to talk about looking guilty?
This is why I'm saying you can't. This is what I'm saying, Marv. You can't cut the check that fast.
Not that fast.
And then release a statement saying I didn't do none of it.
I didn't do a damn thing,
nigga. Then why did you cut the check?
Do you know what she was suing him for? The amount?
It wasn't like $30 million.
$30 million. She was suing him for $30 million.
Bro, she got more than $30 million. She
got
more
absolutely.
than $30 million.
Absolutely. She
sure.
walked away with a cool 50 in an NDA.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool 50 NDA. 50's not going to be able to use her for his documentary.
But she got hella friends that are coming out talking, saying.
Well, there was a story that came out a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. I don't know. All this is starting to blur.
It really is.
Where the lady said her and her friend went to dinner with, I guess it was Puffy at the time,
mm-hmm.
and one of the members from Guy, but not Mr. Too Much, but some other member from Guy.
Yeah. And
she said they went back to the crib and like drank, and Diddy was like forceful, and she was like, it's easier to just say yes.
That's crazy.
Than to be like, in a situation where somebody's going to take it.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. Take that. And then
That's where it came from.
And then
you ain't
so
going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It's just
bad boy for life. Woo! It's all coming together.
Listen,
that's fucking crazy.
So apparently her friend was in a room with said band member singer from Guy.
Okay. And
then when she was done with Diddy, member from Guy came in the room and was like, my turn. Like them dudes slap five like a tag team.
Was it what's his name? I think I saw it in this article too. Was this the one with the 17-year-old? Okay. This is Harv Pierre. Is that the same? Is that the guy?
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Because I read the same thing. So it's basically Diddy's statement that he just came out with comes after Rolling Stone published an article on December 6th. So this is probably what you're talking about.
Okay.
Detailing the sexual assault of a minor in 2003. And is accused of participating in the gang rape. I'll beep it. Gang rape of a 17-year-old alongside 2 adult men. One man remains unidentified, but the other is reportedly Harv Pierre, described as Diddy's longtime lieutenant by Rolling Stone.
Well, I guess that dude has a history.
Crazy. Yeah.
Because anyway,
So when I was talking to Chris about this, I was very sure that, like, I was convinced of what Chris was saying is, like, this is going to blow over for Diddy because Diddy's that powerful. Has that much money. And when he cut the check to Cassie and was quiet, was basically said, I wish the best for Cassie, whatever. I was like,
oh yeah, I love her.
I mean, I wish her and her husband the best. I was like, smart move, I guess. Smart move. Like, smart isn't the word I want to use here, but
it's a business move.
It's a business move.
Sound business move.
And I was confident that him not saying anything but just cutting the check and saying the business thing was like, okay, yeah, Chris is right. Like, this, he might just fade into the background and let time kind of take this over. And then he released the statement. I'm like, bro, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he had to do that.
But he did, dude. Like, so that came out. Then the Rolling Stone thing happened. Then other people were coming out. But I'm gonna tell you, the biggest culprit in all of this is 50 Cent. And it sounds crazy. This sounds crazy. But if you do not follow 50 Cent, if you don't like him for whatever reason, that's fine. Just go look at his IG page for the last month, okay? Because and this is real, right? Like everyone talks about all the time. Diddy is him, right? So there's a fear factor. So there's a lot of people going, well, it's still Diddy. We're not going to do it. But Curtis Jackson,
he doesn't give a fuck. He's not scared of him at all.
No, Curtis Jackson. You've seen the documentaries, whatever. He's out on the street as a young boy, wilding. He's not. He's just not.
He's not worried about it.
No, so he's been out day after day, coming at Diddy's throat with something else, and then something else, and then there's a photo with Diddy's face and R. Kelly's face blended together. Like
he did. He was doing the same thing. He was doing the same thing with. He was doing the same thing with Will. With Will's whole thing, the Jada.
He does not care.
Photoshopped in the Sugan pot car.
Yes.
Yeah.
when oh man, I just lost my whole train of thought.
No, you good. But I feel like 50 Cent is.
Oh, sorry. When Diddy stepped down from Revolt, 50 put up a post immediately and was like, "I'll buy that from you, Playboy." Like,
I'm literally scrolling through 50's. Yeah, he's got plenty of.
Dude,
Diddy,
it's completely out of pocket. And I think what happens though, and this is going to, I think what that does is that starts to salt away the invincibility thing, right? Like when you get trolled by 50, and I don't even know if it's called trolling. When you get 50 by 50
by 50, yep.
I think what happens is people start to feel empowered or safe, right? Like it's you think about the Cosby thing, right? The Cosby thing happened 20, 25, 30, I'm showing my age.
No, you good.
40, 45, 50 years ago,
Hannibal
right?
Buress came through. It was Hannibal, right?
It was Hannibal Buress who came through, made the jokes. And then after Hannibal Buress made the jokes, all of a sudden, people started to come out. Because all of a sudden, that armor, right? Like, you can't touch Bill Cosby.
No.
Then all of a sudden, someone touched Bill Cosby.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, well, that allegation is true. I can say that. Then it was like, me too. Like, people felt empowered. Cassie came out, did her thing, whatever, and 50 was like on it.
But the thing with that happened, how that plays out, right? I feel like it's all and again, like I feel like it's all a trap. Like when it's antagonizing somebody, it's poking the bear, so that they react.
Of course.
And so what I'm saying is, Diddy putting out a response is him reacting.
Yes.
He shouldn't have reacted, because once you react, it's on.
But he already reacted.
When? When he cut the check.
He cut the check.
When he cut the check.
That was his first reaction. The second reaction was stepping down from revolt. Right? Like that's his. That was his.
That's true. That's
his second reaction.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So he's already he flinched.
He can't fucking flinch. It's over.
I never flinch. Once he flinched,
it's up.
And 50's not. Oh, you flinched.
It's up. It's up.
So 50's documentary right now that he's working on.
I can't with the fact that we're saying 50's documentary. Like it's like going to be like a Netflix special.
Because it will be.
It won't be, bro. Dog, it's 50 Cent. It'll be on World Star.
What are you talking about? 50 Cent is a mogul right now.
Oh, that's right. It'll be on Showtime. It'll be on Stars.
It'll
be on Stars.
Like, what do you mean?
It'll be on Stars.
Stars is not in the documentary game.
No.
That documentary will put Stars in the documentary game. Stars will not tell 50 no for anything. Hey, I got a 1 hour special on P. Diddy. And then he said the funds from the documentary
will go to the victims.
To go to victims of sexual assault.
I can't. 50's so unserious that I can't even imagine what that documentary is gonna be like. It's gonna be jokes, bro. It's gonna be his Instagram in documentary form, bro.
I think
he's not gonna have. There's not gonna be a single tear shed when watching that.
I think you're wrong.
50's so it's.
I think 50's unserious, but 50's teen. You got to remember, this is the thing about 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a street dude, right?
He is.
But 50 wasn't on. Like he started selling on the block, but then 50 got to the point where he wasn't selling nothing. He was just collecting. At this point, 50 is on the phone with his executive producer. And we need someone to write this.
And they're handling everything.
We can get the interviews. We'll get the people in. I 50 can get these people in.
If the only way that this documentary is successful is if 50 does not show his face at all in this documentary.
I don't think
bro. No, imagine sitting there watching everybody, give their testimony, super serious documentary. And then you see see Curtis Jackson come into the frame. Are you not exactly? Listen, you're dying the minute he sits down.
I'm dying, but 50, the way I see it, I think 50 opens it. I think 50 opens it on a serious note.
That's probably the best move.
Yep. I think he sits down. Sexual assault is a real thing. We don't have.
See, but here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. 50. Never mind. I'm not gonna put that out on him. I'm not gonna put that out on him. Okay. 50 got dirt too, bro. So it's a little.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. You're right. It don't matter.
It's not about being clean in this situation.
Nah. This is very specific. It's a very specific situation.
Yes,
that's fair. Yeah, and I'll say 50 probably owns his shit too. So that's the other part.
If someone came out and was like 50, would be like, yeah, that was crazy.
It's like your boy who was like bashing black men and then was cheating on his wife the whole time. Not Kevin Samuels, the other dude.
Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson, where he's over here like, you black men need to and then.
But the thing with Derek Jackson is Derek Jackson was selling black men out for $1.
Yep.
Right?
And then he ended up being
This is 50.
This is 50. Yeah.
Just being
50.
We going. Whatever he's got, because there's always been this underlying, there may be beef between 50 and Diddy.
50 has beef with everybody, so
it's been quiet. But then it's just one of those things where, so the other day Rick Ross went on what was it, Hot 97 or whatever, and did an interview said something like 50 is like a diabolical genius, right? Like just said some
Diabolical genius.
Yes, just said something where he was coming at 50, right?
Yeah.
And 50's response was a post that says, "Oh, listen, dude, I'm about to read it." It goes, It starts with, I don't know if y'all can see that. Damn it. So it's 50 Cent's Diddy documentary proceeds to benefit sexual assault victims. The next slide says, "Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it."
Is that a Diddy bar? No. Okay.
That's Rick Ross's bar.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. From You Won't Even Know.
Oh my fucking gosh. Oh my fucking gosh, bro.
And then,
because I forgot Ross and Diddy are tight, bro.
And then posted that photo.
I just went through it.
Yeah, but the UOENO, when Rick Ross, remember Rick Ross was at like the height of his powers, and then for some reason he faded. It was that. That was the bar that got him. That was the bar where white people were like, "Oh,
yeah,
what?"
People were like, "Wait, you can't say that shit."
And so he goes on, says what he says about 50 Cent on Hot 97. 50 Cent immediately released, "Put Molly on her champagne. She didn't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She didn't even know it."
Shit is crazy. So
I never want to beat Curtis.
Never in the crosset. We love you, Curtis.
I'm a fan.
We love all of the power books and all of that, man.
Listen, Get Rich and Die Trying was great.
It was.
What was his first album?
Oh man,
Get Rich and Die Trying.
Yeah, that was his first
the movie
album.
The first album, Get Rich and Die Trying, stayed
classic.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
What was the other one that he did? The one with Candy Shop.
I don't remember the album name, but that one had some hits to it. That had Candy Shop. That had Gatman with Eminem. That had
it definitely sold better than Get Rich or Die Trying.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was.
It shouldn't have.
I can't even fucking think of it.
Definitely shouldn't have.
It was good. It was.
It
really
wasn't
good.
Window Shopper was the mixtape.
I can't even fucking remember.
The Massacre.
The Massacre. Is that the one that came out the same time as Graduation? Remember they were doing that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think
that one came with In My Hood. This is 50 Cent, Biggie Payne, Gatman, Candy Shop.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Solid album. I still think Get Rich Die Trying is a better album.
It is. Yeah. But one sold more because it was coming. He was more popular.
50, yeah.
Yep. But anyway,
yes.
We love you, 50. We do not want to be in the crosshairs.
I got zero beef with Curtis Jackson. Zero.
But Diddy is. So what do you think the fallout is going to be? Do you think so? Because inevitably Diddy's going to get caught up. He's going to get caught up, and this is what Chris was saying is like, R. Kelly ended up going under, right? Yeah. Bill Cosby ended up going under.
Yeah,
right.
But Bill Cosby's home right now.
He's home right now.
Yeah.
But point being is like they're going to get convicted, right?
Yeah, but in the realms of Bill Cosby, that conviction doesn't count. It's legitimately thrown out.
Right, because it was statute of limitations or
some
shit.
So what happened was Bill admitted to stuff during the civil case.
Oh.
And you are protected. You cannot use testimony from a civil case in a criminal case.
Got it.
So they tried the civil case first, got his confessions on some things.
Yeah.
Used it against him in a criminal trial. Don't know how the judge allowed it. Don't know.
Yeah.
But that's when you start talking about skin color.
You got it. Oh.
Because that should have been thrown out immediately.
Right.
But that's why he got arrested, and that's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to arrest him.
Yeah.
That whole case is thrown out. Never happened. And on Bill Cosby's legal background.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. Just a lawsuit, just a civil case.
Okay. So, because what Chris was saying was that there's a bill, there's R. Kelly, and then there's Diddy, and he was saying Diddy's, in comparison to those two, Diddy's invincible, and I was like, is he? And he's like, he has significantly more money, and I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I want to know what you think. Like,
no, nobody's invincible because
Okay.
Harvey Weinstein's in jail.
He's in jail.
And
yeah.
Harvey Weinstein is significantly
Significantly richer
and way more powerful
than Diddy.
and
White. Yeah.
and Jewish.
And boom. Yeah. And
in
he went
an
under.
industry where they're like you're not going to come after him
Right. because you
so
Yeah.
and he's in jail.
and he's in jail.
So Diddy's not safe. Diddy's black.
Yep.
So I think that puts a bigger bullseye on his back. Diddy's black and rich, make the bullseye a little bit bigger. Now, the issue is, will people testify against Diddy? And that answer might be no.
No, because people are scared.
Because I'm 100% sure Cassie's testimony's gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, no, there was. Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's like there was like the 50 mil, and then there was an NDA, but then there was also like watch your fucking back.
Well, it's an NDA, right? So
Right.
I'm sure there's stipulations that come with
Right.
it being. I'm sure it's over 30. You
Yeah.
say 50,
Yeah.
60, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking 50 also.
Yeah.
But whatever that, there's a stipulation to that additional 20
Mm-hmm.
that requires her to shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I feel like there's an intimidation factor though, for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's like we're talking about a man. Remember the dude who just got arrested for Pac's murder?
Yes.
I want to say
Somebody.
G, but it's
Yeah.
D. Chuck.
Not Chuck D.
not Chuck
I know
D.
who you're talking about. We can't think of his name right now.
yeah.
But yes.
Who the first person he said was
Diddy put the hit out. He said that.
He said the first thing he said was, "I'm hoping that someone takes care of me."
Yeah. Oh.
Because
Yeah.
you know what it is.
Yeah.
That's the Diddy
Yeah.
conversation,
For sure.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's first,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So we're talking about Diddy allegedly putting the hit on Tupac.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know if that actually happened.
We don't know, but
that's what the talk of the town is.
right.
Continue.
And then even more speculation is, why would Biggie have a show here?
Right. Yeah.
There's no reason. Less than a year later? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
And then then Biggie got popped.
Yep.
So Diddy's embroiled
Well,
in
that's
a lot of
that's
shenanigans.
So and I think that's what's up. Like this is what I was thinking is I don't think Diddy's invincible either. I think it's up for him, and it's just a matter of time. But I think the fallout is going to be, and I think the Pac thing is going to come up too. Like the Pac and Biggie things are going to come up too, and that's going to be a whole thing. But I think the fallout might spill over into some of our other favorite people that are attached to Diddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got...
Because like you just said, Ross.
I mean, you got... There's a problem that we have as a society where we go, hey, we validate this behavior because of the time that it was in.
Right.
Yeah. Like we'll say, well, it was at this time, so this was okay, or this was fine, and this didn't know better. Da, da, da. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Morals are morals, good, right, wrong, whatever, right?
Yep.
But let's be honest, at the time in the 90s, right, we're talking about young girls below 18. But like I remember being on the school bus in high school, or the bus stop, and a dude 24 would pick up a sophomore
sophomore
in high school.
I remember it, dude.
And drive her to school.
I remember.
And drop her off and pick her up and give her some drug money. Like we're talking about warped morals.
Yeah.
So Diddy's gonna have to deal with that. all of a sudden, what Orlando Brown said about what Diddy did to him, the guy in the Wacom,
yo,
and we all was like,
well, Ush too, bro.
Orlando Brown is crazy.
Well, no, bro. Listen. Orlando Brown ain't crazy. Raz-B ain't crazy.
Thank you.
Bro,
I'm saying, like,
these niggas are not crazy,
it's too
bro.
many.
Yeah, nah.
It's too many similar stories.
They turned out this way because of what happened. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
And so you got Usher, who somehow kept it together.
Momager. He's got a momager. His mom
but
was his
even
manager
still,
for his longest time.
You go to the lyrics of so there was an interview that came out with Usher. Did you see that? And he was like, bro. He was like, yeah, we used to play fight
when
undercover.
He was wearing all that red.
And we were like, play fight like brothers undercover. And then you go to the song, and he was like, we were more than friends. We were like brothers. We used to, and it was like,
what the fuck?
Are you singing the Usher?
Dude? He was,
and Usher sang the hook.
Wait, I didn't even piece that together,
dog,
bro.
That was my brain. Immediately, it was
friends. Like we was like brothers. Yo, wait, hold on, wait.
Like,
hold on. I need a girl.
the
lyrics.
first one. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wait. I'm shook. This is actually. Hold on. We were more than. Oh my God. Okay, brothers.
Hold on.
You got it?
Wait. Just don't get close to the bed. All right. Now listen. So this is the Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is interviewing with Diddy.
Okay.
All right.
Put your speaker to the mic.
Yeah.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it. No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
That's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And what the fuck did Pop just say?
Kev!
Pop just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Fucking stupid.
Nigga.
Now read the lyrics.
First we were friends, then became lovers.
Yep.
You was more than my girl. We was like brothers.
What? And then?
All night we would play fight undercover.
What?
Now you gone. But, okay. I can't.
What?
Bro. First of all, I never heard that shit.
Oh, you've never? Oh my God,
never heard
dude.
that shit.
That blew up. What? Maybe 10 years ago. Like that was like, and because everyone was like,
"It's up, bro. It's up. It's up, Marv. It's up. It's up." Here's the thing, bro. Okay, I'll keep it a buck. I actually didn't know about all of this Diddy. Like, I didn't know about all this Diddy. I knew Diddy was tied to like the Pac thing. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
Right? That was common knowledge. But I didn't know about like the sex parties and like the underage women and boys, and I didn't know about any of that probably until like last year, bro. Cuz my YouTube algorithm just Diddy. I'm like, what is happening?
So I lived in New York for 8 years.
Yeah.
And so
shit, you were in the inner so
you would
hear about this shit.
Yeah, you would hear all types of wild, like, people didn't think about it like this. The Locks, right, were thugs. Right?
No.
The Locks were them boys.
Yep.
Diddy didn't give them their money. Diddy wouldn't pay them. Like, they've had a falling out with Diddy, but it didn't
Well, like all of his artists.
No blows, no nothing. The
Yeah,
Lox just
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, all right, we're just gonna move on
We just gonna
peacefully.
move on. Yeah.
Like
They
the
didn't want
word on the street was Diddy was him,
Oh yeah.
but Diddy had you know,
Yep.
and that was just. And these are I wasn't in the music industry,
Right. You would hear it. I mean, that's kind of like Will, like out here. You know what I mean? It's like when you're in LA long enough, you start to hear like people that are in that inner circle. What goes on?
So there was always like rumblings and rumors, right? And then like the Dwayne Martin vacation thing was the one where I was like,
yeah,
why are these niggas on the patio together?
Right. Yeah.
But like once this stuff started coming out,
Yeah.
people that I knew was like, oh yeah, Jada and such and such was with this, and this person was dating this, and they would like basically they was all just everyone was freaking off.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh
yeah.
So it same way like New Yorkers aren't shocked by any of this. New Yorkers are getting confirmation. Californians is like, y'all just heard about Will?
We just heard it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how I was talking to my boy D-Lo because he was on the pod a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him the same thing because he's a huge Will Smith fan, and I was like, hey, bro, like I'll be honest with you, because he was on when they were talking about the Dwayne Martin thing, like when that popped up, and I was like, bro, honestly, like this doesn't surprise me at all. And he's like, what do you mean, Will? I'm like, dude, we've been in LA long enough, and I've kind of been around like entertainment people long enough to know like this is who he is. The Dwayne Martin thing is just one piece of it. There is whole other world that you probably don't want to hear about, bro.
No. And here's the thing. Like I this is my belief with Will Smith. I said, Willard Smith.
To the camera.
It's okay, dog. Just come out.
I said the same shit. Nobody cares. It's 2023.
Right. Listen, I got it. Back in the 90s, you was a rapper. You couldn't come out.
Nope.
Right? Your biggest competition was Tupac. You couldn't come out.
Nah.
But now your wife's hair is like Tupac's. You can come out. You got the full moral and what is it? Social support and backing of all of us. Just come out and say you bisexual, because that's what it is. You like a little nookie.
Yeah,
He not gonna do it. You like a little.
He not gonna do it. He not gonna do it.
I'm just.
You know what's crazy though? August Alsina even did that. He did it.
Yeah.
August Alsina said
did it.
He came out.
August did it.
Your worst enemy.
Maybe not. Listen.
Your arch nemesis.
Listen, we think it. But it might have been a situation where they was all kicking it together.
It's true.
And Will might have just found out that she was doing this solo. Wait.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point.
I thought we was tag teaming this. No.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
So we don't know, but Willard, it's good.
It's good.
Come sit next to me, Willard.
A little further, like scoot down the
you know,
a little bit. Yeah.
We got a chair over here.
Yeah. Don't sit next to me, nigga.
We got a chair over here.
I want to be nowhere near this mattress.
But all I'm saying is, Willard, come out.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, he's not going to. But
I know. I'm just.
Yeah,
putting it out there.
The encouragement.
Yeah.
I feel like the other thing and Chris put me onto this. I had never in a million years would have thought Dwayne Wade. Never in a million years would I would have thought Dwayne Wade. And Chris was like, okay, bet. Look at, like, he showed me a couple things. He's like, look at this. And I was like, okay, nigga. And then once again, my YouTube algorithm started going
because you know
crazy.
These phones be listening.
I was like, yo, what the
yeah, he just posted.
Him too.
He just well, you saw his outfits, dog.
I did, but I'm also like, yo, league fits, you know, NBA niggas like they do a lot.
Westbrook wore league fits, and none of them ever looked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, eclectic. Eclectic is
trying to find a word. You know,
eclectic.
It looked different.
And
as crazy as Russell's,
I was like, yo, it's just
outfit
Miami.
But you never looked at Russell and was like,
right, yeah. I mean, I looked at Russ and I was like, that's an interesting outfit, but I was never like, huh. But
Listen.
I guess Dwayne Wade, yeah, I guess I did.
And here's the
see
thing:
some
there's no
interesting-
confirmation. He's married to one of the baddest women
baddest.
who've ever graced this planet.
Yeah, but so is Will. Well, was. So we thought.
This is what I will say about Jada.
All right, Baltimore in the building, baby.
Yes. Jada looks like a chick from Baltimore to me. So Jada's pretty.
Yeah.
But Jada wasn't like
Yeah.
life changing to me.
No,
Not at all. Like Jada
I think for me it was the eyes. It was the eyes.
She's
for
got
sure.
listen, if we go aesthetically, she's aesthetically beautiful.
I mean, Krishan
Similar
Rock
face,
too.
But like
she from Baltimore too.
listen, dude, if you don't get
We'll
that
get
out
into
of
that in
here,
a second. We'll get into that in a second.
that's why anyway.
We'll get into Krishan in a second. Okay, Jada.
But Jada's pretty, but I've
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
Jada's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Jada wasn't a knee along to me. Like that wasn't
True.
even those conversations
not even
they
close.
weren't even
Not
close.
even close. Yeah.
So like yeah, she's a beautiful woman. She's
Right.
still beautiful.
Yeah. But she's
But man,
not.
that Baltimore. Listen, dude, I'm from Baltimore, and I love my hometown, but we got some stuff to work out because
Yeah.
Monique's from Baltimore.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Krishan, Baltimore.
Krishan Rock is. That's the worst I've seen it.
Listen,
That's the worst. I was like, damn. I literally was like, where's she from, dude? And I was like,
now
same
mind
place
you,
as Jada.
the passion, the art, the fire, and all of that comes from that.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
But there's some work that also comes from growing up in Baltimore City. I'm sure in any major like
No, it's true.
city that's
It's
like
true.
that.
It's
But
true.
like you just see it like so many of us don't make it. So when you see the ones who do make it and then you start to see this, you go,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love home, but home we gotta
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah, I was gonna say there aren't too many people from the Bay. Well, there's a few, but like, I mean, first I can think of is Kaylani, and you know she's got her own stuff, but you know, like anyway, but yeah. So Krishan and Blueface.
listen, dude.
It's mostly I don't really give a fuck about Blueface, to be honest.
He's
It's
got,
mostly
what,
Krishan.
one song?
Yeah, it's mostly Krishan.
She needs help, dude.
She needs help.
She needs
It
therapy.
was fun at first.
It was never fun to me because I knew where she was from. It was never fun. It was never fun for me because I knew where she was from.
You knew what was going on.
I could see it. I was just like,
you knew how it was playing out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd see it and I'm going, everyone's like, oh my God. And I'm like, these are not jokes. This is not putting on.
I was very much like, you know, when I first found out about her, I was like, oh, like Blueface's girl. And this was before all of the I guess maybe before all the shenanigans.
Before it became public.
Before she lost a tooth. And I was like, oh, she's bad, bro. Like she, you know, and I was like, oh, and you know, I did a little stalk and I was like, oh, she kind of tight. Like she athletic. Track star, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's her, bro. And then I heard her talk. I said, oh my God. And then I clicked off for about a few months and
came back and she
ain't have no tooth.
Yep.
She ain't have no tooth. I was like, oh my gosh, she'll get that fixed. A year later, shit's still gone, and that's when the infamous no jumper interview.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, from day one, maybe not from day one because I know where she was, where she was from.
Yeah.
But once I found out, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's hard to have. I mean, it's hard to have Baltimore pride because y'all got some great stuff to come out of Baltimore too.
Yeah, listen, dude, you talk about.
Yeah.
But do you remember what happened with Drew Hill?
Then they got in a fight on the radio.
On the fucking radio station.
I forgot. It was like Nokia. No, it was like Nokia.
No, it was Woody.
It was Woody.
So,
it was Woody.
Yeah, so they came on 92Q, with 92.3, which is our station, 92Q. You grew up in Baltimore, right? To announce that they were getting back together.
And then Woody's like, I'm not trying to. I remember.
And Cisco was like, "What are you talking about?
We literally just got. Okay.
We should have did this off the air. Why'd you wait?
He needed. I'm going solo. I'm doing my
gospel thing. Listen. So it's listen,
hard. It's hard.
There's just some things.
It's a lot of heartbreak. You try to get excited. Oh yeah, we're back on the map. It's been a while since The Wire aired, and we're back. And then it's just always kind of
right. Like I'm waiting for my meltdown. That's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be.
Oh
epic.
My gosh!
It's gonna be
as soon as you get popping.
Oh, absolutely!
It's
I'm swinging on somebody.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Swinging on somebody.
The next day,
you would be like, "Look at Marvin at the Oscar." Oh shit!
Oh my! Damn, not him too.
God.
Damn. Chris caught it a second time. Marv couldn't keep it in.
Nah, Chris wouldn't catch it. Like,
yeah.
I think there's a thing. We'll touch on this real quick. And get off it. I think there's a thing, right? Like, especially being from where I'm from, you don't get points for beating up somebody that don't defend themselves or can't defend themselves.
I don't think you get points anywhere for beating up on
for
somebody.
that. Right.
Yeah.
So when he did that, I was like, that's a sucker move.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Because Chris Rock,
of all people, you're Will Smith. You got at least 100
you got
pounds
3 pounds. You got 3 inches, 100 pounds on this dude, and you walk up and slap him on stage. It's like
in front of a bunch of white people.
But it's you a coward. You's a punk. Because I'm sure the jokes is everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, bro, she wasn't the only one to get jokes.
So that right there, I was like, that's a sucker move. You don't get points for that. So no, I would not ever swing on Chris Rock. My mouth though, I'm still working on.
Oh
it,
yeah. No, for sure.
Still working on it.
Because listen, man, you get points. You get points for the clapback. You definitely get points for the clapback for sure.
Yeah.
But so all in all, Diddy, it's up for him.
Yes.
It's up.
I'm sorry. You said Diddy, not Diddy.
I
was going to say yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah, just to wrap that part up. Diddy, it's up for him.
It's up for him.
It's up for everybody who kind of attached to him around that time.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of people. This is what comes back to who's willing to say something.
Right.
That's really what's going to be, right? Because we're looking at a lot of circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
And you're going to need people to cooperate.
Yeah.
Right. But nobody on Diddy's side is going to cooperate.
No, and that's what I'm saying. But there's gonna be something that exposes him and everyone who is not cooperating.
Right. Like you're looking like the thing that you're going to get, right? Like Orlando Brown might collaborate and cooperate, but it's Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
You're gonna need somebody like Usher to be like, yeah.
I'm in the club with my homies. Oh no!
I'm in bed with Diddy.
We're not about to ruin no Usher lyrics, bro. We're not about to do it to me. No, bro. Right. Nah, we can't do this. We can't.
Yeah, listen, dude. He's gonna have to come to court and be like, these are my confessions.
I knew it was coming, bro. Not before the Super Bowl, bro. After the Super Bowl.
After halftime.
After halftime, bro.
It's fine. He's gonna call his lawyer and be like, "Can you help
me?" Oh man.
How do I say he's guilty? I can do this all night, though. I love Usher.
I know. I don't ruin Usher for me, but you know.
Yeah.
So it's up. I think it's gonna be up for It's gonna be up for Diddy. I think it's going to be up for everybody around him.
I think they're going to come for Diddy. I don't know if it's up for Diddy. They're going to come for Diddy.
It's up for Diddy eventually. It'll be up for him. And whatever that looks like, you know, I don't think there'll be any, like, criminal situation. You know?
See, I mean, I think that's the only way it's up for Diddy, though, right? Like,
right.
We're talking about Diddy's net worth is $900 million.
Yeah, crazy.
Diddy's net worth is $900 million on the table.
Sheesh.
We don't know what Diddy has under. I think Diddy's is legitimately a secret billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think he's got a lot of money in a lot of places.
Yeah.
that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because
he didn't pay none of his artists.
yeah, right.
You know.
That money's somewhere.
Yeah.
So 900 million is what he's evaluated at. I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
So there's not enough civil lawsuits to cripple him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just not. Like Revolt is still his. He stepped down.
Right.
All those proceeds that's still going.
Revolt
to
don't make
him.
no fucking money. It's a money laundering thing.
We know that, but even still,
yeah,
right?
But yeah. I get what you're saying.
So the only way, just like with R. Kelly, it has to be imprisonment.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because other than that, you're fine. Right? Like how many?
But the thing with R. Kelly's thing, and again, Chris said this, is there was clear cut evidence of
you had videotape, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You don't. They're gonna come for him. I just don't know if it's up for him.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they're gonna come from you. You don't get all of these allegations, especially not and post.
But you don't think there's
society.
But you don't think there's any video anywhere of this shit? As like any of the. Come on, man.
What it feels like is there are videos, but the only person who has it
is Diddy.
Right?
It's a warrant. You get a warrant. You go search and seizure.
But it doesn't work. You think about what happened with Hugh Hefner.
Oh, yep.
Hugh Hefner had every room with video cameras.
Yeah.
We're talking VHS tapes back in the day.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Every woman was like, "Hey, he recorded these sessions."
Yeah, he recorded everything.
There's not one tape.
That shit's Mar-a-Lago, baby. That's crazy.
So I think
probably on the same shit.
Diddy's smart enough to not have anyone record anything.
Yeah, man. I will say that it does seem like he covers his tracks very well.
Extremely well.
Very well. For everybody, like for as many people to be talking about this stuff, but no evidence of any of this stuff coming to the surface, at least yet, is impressive.
His only mistake was not handling the Cassie situation before the Cassie situation became a situation.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy, but that's literally it.
I didn't see the Cassie situation happening.
Yeah. And I think the Cassie situation happened because they arrested
oh, wait, really? Why do you think that's connected?
Remember, Cassie's statement was after really thinking about it, praying on it, and doing therapy, really coming to the point where she felt like she could do it.
She could say something.
He was touched. Again, that was like we talked about. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's the invincibility.
Yes, because somebody said something. So it's like I can say,
I can say what I have to say.
I can say what I have to say.
I can say, and now you have all these people. So I think they're gonna. I think the law is gonna come for him.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how it plays out because I just don't know if there'll be enough.
Yeah.
To put him away. Orlando Brown, he can testify that he got hair from Diddy when he was a kid. That's
crazy.
one, but who else?
Yeah.
And then if I'm Diddy's,
but I don't know if Usher's doing that.
If I'm Diddy's attorney, I'm destroying Orlando Brown credibility. Immediately.
Yeah. Easy. It's too easy to do that.
Yeah.
But you're right. No, but I think what you said earlier is like, it sucks because it's like Usher could be one person, and then everybody, like JD.
I'm gonna say there's plenty of people.
Jay-Z.
But you need some. Well,
Jigga's not saying nothing.
Jigga's not saying a word, and I'm sure Jigga's nervous.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because
I'm sure Jigga's nervous.
You think he's got some skeletons in there too?
I think it's really hard to be the moral high ground and debauchery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I just think it is, right? Like you look at how many of these dudes pressed up on Aaliyah when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking rest in peace, Dark Man X.
Yeah.
There's photos of you know how he felt about Aaliyah. There's photos of Jay and Aaliyah where we know that they kicked it.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
A lot of me wants to feel like Jay was, because he was older when he was kind of popping. A part of me wants to believe that Jay was like the mature person of the group and was like, nah, niggas, I'm not doing this shit. Like, yo.
Possibly.
I want to believe that.
You know, like it could
that.
be a round of like Jay's not coming to this party
Right.
with these type of people.
Yeah.
But Jay'll be at the party with these type of people.
You know who might say some shit?
Who do you got?
Dame. Dame don't give a fuck, bro.
Dame, but I think Dame has to incriminate himself.
Oh,
I think that's what you're looking at, right? I think you're
yeah.
looking at a lot of self-incrimination. Like, even if Usher comes forward and says, "This is what happened,"
right? He's exposing himself. He's exposing everything that he's been up to, and I think you're right. I think with everybody who comes forward,
you're not coming forward clean.
No, hell no. And I think the other part of that is like, you're not coming forward clean, and like it has to be somebody who who has credibility, who has credibility. So like, because there's so many people connected to Diddy. So like, like Pharrell, Swizz Beatz, like everybody in that New York music scene. Yeah, they're probably all kind of tied to that.
I feel like
shit.
Pharrell is safe.
You think Pharrell's safe?
I think Pharrell was just too Pharrell to be.
But what I'm saying is like, I feel like Pharrell knows what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about if you got dudes.
Pharrell might be the only one who says something and is like
clean. I was there.
I saw this shit because Pharrell, he's on a moral high ground for sure too. Yeah, so he might say something, but I don't know. He might be too scared.
It'll be like I said. This is going to be fun to watch.
I'm not gonna say fun, bro.
Must see TV. Like it'll be very interesting to see one right now because I just think you're going to see a lot of civil lawsuits. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because you're dealing with people who 20, 30. 15 years ago.
Yeah. So his reputation to the masses, we'll say to the masses, because again, like we knew what he was up to, but
and no one's gonna really care. Diddy's not dropping albums.
I was gonna say
that's what I'm saying. Like the only way for him to get his comeuppance, so to say, is prison time.
It's prison time. Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Other than that, he can fade to the background.
Right. I was gonna say his reputation is up. We'll say that
he's got enough money anywhere. Well, but Russell's still in Bali, so
exactly.
And Russell's never coming back.
He never. No, what? Nah. Bye, Russell.
Listen, don't be surprised if Diddy moves to Bali too.
Oh yeah, no, it's
no extradition.
Yeah,
I'm not staying here.
Nah, no, hell no.
Like I'm like when R. Kelly was going through what he was going through, I was like, leave,
nigga, bounce.
You see, it's mounting pressure.
And
bounce. You got a video of you pissing on a 13-year-old.
Yeah, bounce. Nah, man. He said I'm going on Good Morning America and fake crying.
You're killing me with this bullshit. What? Nigga? What?
Oh my! You're killing me with this shit,
nigga. I'm letting y'all know now. I'm running. I'm running.
Yeah, man. You got a bag. You got a
Marvin, what happened with that murder and such and such? Oh, that shit crazy. This the interview question? All right, bet.
A go bag.
Hey.
Yep. Got the passport ready to go. The different identity ready to go.
The fucking different identity. I'll be Marvin in Bali.
Yep. you can still be Marvin, but just somewhere else.
Yep. Then my travel was I just got to make sure wherever I fly to has no extradition.
There's no extradition. Yeah.
All right. Look like we're going to Thailand. All right.
Hey,
look
man.
like we're.
All right, Diddy. It was cool. We invented the remix. All that shit. Yeah. Bad Boy Presents. All that shit.
The hits.
Man. Okay. On that note. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So speaking of relationships. Okay. Speaking of love,
right. Is that what we got from that?
Yeah, that's what we got from that. I just wanted to. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on that.
I like that.
So
you're such a bad boy.
Take that. So now I want to go into like some free game. So basically, in free game, we go through a relationship situation on Reddit, and we basically they ask a long-winded question on like, hey, I'm in this situation, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
How do I deal with this?
Okay.
So our job is to give them free game. So the headline, the title is I, a 43-year-old woman, just had sex for the first time, period. How do I tell my husband, 44-year-old man, that I want to end our marriage? I just had sex for the first time. How do I tell my husband that I want to end our marriage? I'll read the detailed description.
Please, you got to. 'Cause that shit is-
I have suffered from what my church terms, quote unquote, same-sex attraction my whole life. My husband has been my best friend for 30 years, married for 25. He has felt asexual since as long as he can remember. Our relationship has been one of absolute loving, cuddly, but celibate best friends, and while unusual, has been satisfying and worked for us. The weekend I attended my 25th high school reunion, about 4 hours from where we live, I stayed with, quote unquote, Eve, my best female friend from back then. I'm not going into details here. Frankly, I haven't even processed it all. We made love several times. I had my first ever orgasm. I felt desired. I felt authentic, real, alive. Neither Eve nor I planned or expected this. I'm shedding a lot of self-deception, determined to actually live my life now. I'm gonna read it a little faster. Hold on, let me zoom in so I can read this a little faster. Make everything bigger. Okay. I'm ready to lose. I'm ready to lose some friends and family and being unwelcome at my church. But the thing is, my best friend / husband / confidant is totally innocent in all of this. And for 2 days, I haven't slept much, etc. And he's sensing something is weighing on my heart. How on earth do I ask to just switch him to best friend? This sucks. Thanks for listening. For any advice. There's an update, but let's get into this first. The next part of this is just like the update, but I don't want to read that yet.
Okay, first and foremost.
So you get what's going on.
Yeah, I got it.
She was married. She didn't have sex with her husband until she was 43.
Yes.
Then she fucked her best friend, female.
Wait. Did she fuck her free? I thought she fucked Eve first.
Maybe she fucked Eve first. Oh.
I think she fucked
And she's
Eve
not
first.
fucking her husband?
I think she fucked Eve first.
And
then went to fuck her husband and was
Wait,
it's not for me. Maybe I misunderstood it.
No, wait. Okay, married for 20. He has felt asexual. Our relationship has been one of absolute Oh my God.
Like,
so they're married.
Yeah, read her headline. The headline says
they're married and wait, so she's married but not having sex with her husband.
Yes.
And then she goes and I thought it was she had sex with her husband and then didn't like it and then went to go fuck Eve and was like, I like this better.
Yeah, well, it just in reverse. So what I think, first of all, Eve knew what the fuck she was doing.
Eve knew what the fuck she was doing.
Eve knew what the fuck she was doing.
100%,
You
100%.
think Eve didn't know what she was doing?
Nah,
Eve
knew
exactly what she was doing.
EVE.
Now, let's be fair. Sweetheart, you're gay.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Be gay.
Yeah. And you know, she's throwing the church thing in there, so that complicates it for her.
And your husband, he's gay.
Because he's not fucking. He's not fucking.
There's no way.
Nah, hell nah.
No way.
That he's going.
An able-bodied man.
30 years. 30 years.
Has not tried to fuck you but once.
Bruh. 30 years. Married for 25 and no sex whatsoever.
You've been married since you were 18, 19 years old. When you pop an erection, she said 43, right?
I'm sorry, I have to read this again because I don't believe this. I don't believe this. She said, okay, our relationship has been one of absolute loving, cuddly, but celibate best friends. And while unusual, it has been satisfying. So wait, it's real. They really are married, but not fucking. And then she went to her 25th high school reunion, saw Eve, and then fucked Eve and said, "I want to be out of my relationship." Can she just ask her husband, like, "Hey, can we just fuck? Is that an option?" Because maybe that's just what it is, or maybe she's just like. Because here's the thing: she may not be gay. She may just have. She's never had a sexual experience.
She said she's always liked women.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah, she said she's always been a same-sex like.
Oh, she did say that.
Yeah,
She did say that.
So she's always been attracted to women.
Yeah.
She's always been sexually attracted to women, right? She's got her gay best friend that she just happened to marry, and yeah. So it's simple. Like, he's gay, she's gay. Listen, they may have met at Pray the Gay Away camp.
Yep.
Which is dog. That's the craziest idea, right? Is you put a bunch of gay people at a camp and then say we're gonna pray it away.
Yeah. You can't same-sex attraction my whole life. That's what the church calls it.
So you're putting like have you been to any church camps?
Oh yeah.
Where they put all the boys on one side, they put all the girls on one side, right?
Never worked.
So
but whatever.
no, but here it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't work even more if all the boys are gay and all the girls
are gay. Yeah.
Hey, y'all stay together.
Yeah.
But don't do anything.
It's true.
What?
It's true. So
she's gay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But now I get it. She's in the church. The church probably frowns upon it. She's not. She might be in some small Midwest Texas town or whatever.
I was gonna. Yeah.
So
it makes it actually kind of easy, bro, because it's like she don't got no kids. You know what I mean?
Listen, dude. At 18, when you pop an erection from sneezing, you're telling me you're married and you not trying to get in them? That means you don't want her.
I mean, because the way that she describes him, her best friend, husband, is he felt asexual.
Yes.
Which I
I'm
don't believe that.
Thank you.
I agree with you. I think he's just gay.
He's gay.
But again, you're not allowed to be that in church.
You can't act on it. So you have to, you end up with a woman and don't want to touch her, or you're single.
She wants to so here's what she said. She said, "I'm ready to lose my friends and family and be unwelcomed at my church."
Yeah.
So she's ready to go to Eve.
Listen, post-nut clarity. She's
yep, exactly.
What the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing here? God
what?
Damn, now I know. She's ready to go to Eve. What she's asking is, how do I break this to my husband? Or no, not break it to my husband. She said she's ready to lose some friends and family, but she wants to keep her husband as her best friend.
That's fine.
He's already your best friend. He's been in you married a nigga and put him in the friend zone.
And he stayed there comfortably.
He's been in the friend zone.
He's going to be fine.
He's
gay. He's fine.
He said, what is he going to miss? Cuddling? That's it. That's all y'all do.
Right. And here's the thing. He's the gay best friend.
You guys can still cuddle. You guys can still cuddle.
Nothing.
Bro, you're a gay best friend, you can still cuddle.
What are you talking about? Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes, sweetheart.
Okay, I'm going to read the update. She said, "Thank you all for taking the time to give me much to consider amidst the deluge of hate and name calling. There's been a lot of empathy, encouragement, and thoughtful advice. Thank you so much. Many of you were correct in your assumptions about me and our marriage. So here's a bit more detail. I was trying yesterday not to make my post too long. Yes, our marriage was very much to avoid overwhelming stigma in our faith, raised in faith that goes with staying single, wanting to be child-free, being gay, etc. We both had and do have great affection for each other, but we're not self-aware enough to figure out the social pressure was the reason for our young marriage, and be honest about it to one another for several years. We've been comfortable about us in an open and honest way. We joke that we like agents with our cover story and okay.
So did he come out as gay too? Is that what he said? Agents with a cover
no,
story.
she said no. My husband isn't gay. He's funny, kind, and no, he's gay. She just said no. He's completely asexual, which is not biologically like no, bro. I mean, here, okay. I will entertain this idea of asexuality with him. Because I don't want to alienate those that identify as asexual. But I think that there's even if there might be a mental block for him.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Like it may not be that he prefers sex with dudes. It may be that sex might be traumatic for him, might be scary for him, might be like he may not be able to. It may be true that like maybe he grew up in the church and they he grew up in the church and
shamed him to the point
they shamed him to the point
asexual.
where he's like, you know what, no, I can't, sex is no, you know, and maybe I'll say this, he may have a crazy porn collection, you know what I mean?
Too, yeah,
and maybe that for him is safer than, you know, the actual act of sex for him. So maybe he covers that all up by saying I'm asexual. You know, I don't know. This is me just entertaining the idea of him being asexual, but I don't know.
I'm listening.
I just don't think that everybody's saying, nah, this nigga's gay, but she's like, no, he's completely asexual. But I think that he's just, you know, maybe he is really just like afraid of sex, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because I'll say I was for a long time until I was 19. And then it happened. And I was like, wait a second. Right. This is great.
Again,
you know?
and again.
So please, you know what I mean?
Damn, Morpheus, what you about to do? I love you, man. Nigga, you gay.
The classic. So, yeah, I think let's see, the last night he's brought it. I think they're just gonna end up being friends. And
listen.
Yeah.
Basically, he's fine with whatever she needs to be. We can still be friends. That's fine. You want to walk away? Walk away.
Right.
If you want to stay, stay. But like she said, we're going to be agents with our cover story.
Right.
Go kick it with Eve. I'll be home when you're ready. I'll make the popcorn and put on Love Actually.
Right.
We're fine.
Right.
We're fine.
Okay. Let's do one more, and that
was easy.
That was an easy one. This one may be a little more difficult. A little more difficult.
Okay.
I don't know. And I will preface this by saying these are a little younger people. So, my girlfriend, who's 23, and I, 25-year-old male, said I was unreasonable when I asked her for a small favor. I live with my girlfriend, and we live in the UK, and the area of our town that we live in can only get basic Wi-Fi speeds. This means if I want to play an online video game, it will only work if nothing else is connected to the Wi-Fi. I was playing on the game last night, and it was working fine. Then it started lagging, and I noticed my girlfriend was using her phone. I quickly asked her if she could use data for 5 minutes. She gets unlimited data. Or just wait 5 minutes until I was finished. She apologized, but kept using her phone. I lost the game, and she put her. I told you these were young people. I lost the game, and then she put her phone away. I asked if she wanted to do anything, and she said no. I asked if she minded if I had one more game quickly, which would take under 10 minutes, and she said that was fine. After I've been on for about 1 minute, she starts using her phone, and it lags again. She's got low-key being petty. I asked if she's connected to Wi-Fi, and she just didn't respond. once the game is over, I was annoyed at the fact that she ignored me and annoyed at the fact that she knew it was causing my game to lag and kept doing it anyway. I asked her why she ignored me, and she said she didn't. She then just said she didn't want to use the data, and I shouldn't be asking her not to use the Wi-Fi. I pointed out that it was 5 minutes, so it was hardly like I was telling her to never use it again. I just thought she'd be able to do me a small favor. She repeated that she did nothing wrong and I was unreasonable for asking her not to use it. How would you handle this? This is kind of light, but also, okay, so I see a deeper issue here.
Exactly.
It's not about the video game.
It's not about the favor.
It's not about the Wi-Fi. No. It's not about none of that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's about your girl feeling a type of way about you playing video games. Maybe. And maybe not the video games itself, but maybe it's like a she wants to spend time with you type B. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I think this was the shorty I was sending videos to. So while she was downloading,
so she was downloading while he was playing video games.
It just happened.
Yeah.
The only time she can look at my dick
Yeah.
when he's focused on. I think what you're looking at is I think it's bigger than video games.
Okay.
I think it's bigger than her wanting to spend time. I think there's not bigger than wanting to spend time, but bigger than the video game.
Right.
Meaning there's some sort of disconnect.
Right.
In their relationship.
Oh, for sure.
So the video game is only where she knows she can act out
on and get under
and get a result.
Get under his skin.
Right.
Not to get under his skin, but to
piss him off.
Get a reaction.
Yeah.
Get a reaction.
I can actually get a reaction from you.
Right.
When you play the game.
When you play, yep.
And I go online.
I have control over this situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he needs to figure out, one, if he wants to be in this relationship still.
Yeah. Damn. Jump to that, huh?
Yeah. Because they're 25 and 23, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a very young age to be.
But I think, bro, there's, like, I think they're probably too young to even have this conversation. Not to have it, but to to get to the point of understanding what's really going on.
Yeah.
Because I think he's not doing anything wrong. You're right. He's not doing anything wrong. She has an issue. And
I don't know if he's not doing anything wrong, right? I think if we're looking that statement is a surface, and this particular moment, him playing a video game is not wrong. Right. That's but we don't know what he does before.
Right. That causes
after
her
the video game.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is she asking him to do something that he's not doing?
Yeah.
Or is it something that she's asked multiple times? Because what happens is passive aggressiveness comes
it's
from...
It's super passive aggressive, yeah.
Passive aggressiveness comes from
something that happened earlier.
Yes.
It's oh, you thought you got me, I'm going to get you in this way. Yeah,
I asked you to take out the trash.
Right.
You didn't take out the trash.
So now you asking me to do this shit.
I took out... And then I had to get out and take out the trash.
Yeah. So now you're favor for favor type shit, not just to do it, just to,
And it could be now we're talking about how many times it happens, right? Hey, make sure you put the toilet seat down.
Right.
Oh, you didn't take out the trash.
Right.
Hey, can you make sure you clean out the soap when you take a shower so that the shit's not sticking? Like,
yep.
We're talking about...
You got cameras in my fucking house, nigga? What the fuck? I'm over here like, yep, door's closed, yeah, okay, yeah.
But this is what happens, right? Where some people are able to voice it and say, hey, this is my problem. Yeah. And then there are other people who don't know how to voice it. And that's why I said, are they willing to, if they want to stick with the relationship? Because if they're not at a point of being able to address the problem, this spirals.
It just comes in, it just turns into like a whole, and I think, I think before even questioning whether or not to be in the relationship, I think he needs to ask the question, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think he's even thinking that. He's like, why is she not doing favor? It's not
right.
about, like
I just asked you for a little ass.
I just asked you a favor and you're not doing it. Like, why are you making a big deal out
and
of
that
it?
could also be part of the issue.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're dumb.
Yeah. No, well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's not really up for him to be like, do I want to be in this relationship anymore?
Well,
She might be
it
asking
might be
the same.
her.
She might be saying like, do I want to be in the, you know, but I think ultimately to save the relationship, if they both want to, is like, you know, what's the real problem here?
Right.
Like, okay, I know it's not about the favor I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you obviously are frustrated with me. And, you know, I think maybe the hardest part, and you probably know this, is getting past the defenses.
Yeah.
You know, because
well, I mean, that's the hard part of a relationship.
Yeah. Getting past the defenses. Because I guarantee you, let's say that he asked, because she's being passive aggressive.
Yep.
And you can kind of assume that, okay, if you're being passive aggressive, when confrontation comes, you're going to be defensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if he were to ask her, okay, hey, like, what's going on? Like, I can tell that you're being a little, you know,
But I
maybe you
think
got to
that
use your I statement.
You got to. Yes.
You got to use your I statements.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel.
I feel is dangerous. I've noticed.
Okay, I've noticed.
I feel
it has
is one of those immediate defenses. Right?
Is it though?
Yeah, because you feel some way doesn't mean I made you feel that way.
But that's the thing. If you can,
We're talking. You said we're working through someone else's defense.
Right.
We're not working through healthy communication.
I get what you're saying.
Like,
if
I say I feel to someone who's has healthy communication
right.
skills, then that's fine.
They'll be able to.
But if I say I feel, because I've listened before my therapy, if someone came to me and was like, I feel like
it's
I'm
like
like,
tough
well,
shit.
I don't. Well,
that's not my.
I didn't want you to feel that way. So
Yeah.
what the fuck is it?
Yeah.
Like that took growth.
Yeah.
So I feel statements I think are just dangerous.
Okay.
I think he needs to go, hey babe, there's something going on between the two of us.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, I want to make sure that I'm doing or meeting the standards. Or what your expectations are. Yeah. And then instead of saying, so she can go, there's nothing wrong with us, and go, all right, cool. Well, then am I meeting you where you need me to meet you to make this relationship successful? Yeah. And then that gives her the opportunity to say,
be like, like this got you, like really disarm.
You cannot harm her whatsoever, especially because we see that she's passive aggressive. So
I actually like that a lot. Like, it's almost like asking a question to yourself a little bit. Like, am I showing up in this way? Am I doing something?
Am I present? Am I?
Is this? Am I? Do you notice anything?
Right.
You know?
Is there and if it's no. Okay. If I was to improve something, what would your suggestion be? Yeah. And that, like, what would be the first thing? Like, if I'm going, all right, I want to improve something in our relationship. What would your suggestion to me be?
Yeah. And then that's when the conversation, the disarm, you're already guard is down. Yeah. And that's when the conversation comes up.
That's what this is. This has nothing to do with the video game. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Now, is he prepared to hear what she might say? Because it could.
If you ask the question, you better be, nigga.
Because it could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be physical. It could. He has no idea. Yeah. What it is. It could be something innocuous.
Listen, I think that in most, maybe not. I've been in the same relationship forever, so I can't speak for anybody else's. But I think in a lot of this is an assumption. I think in a lot of relationships, there's one person who is less defensive than the other, and maybe more ready to receive it. Because Or maybe not. Or maybe you got two defensive ass people.
Well,
you know?
have you know of the relationship attachment styles, right?
Yes, there's avoidant, and then there's anxious, yeah,
and then there's
secure.
Yep,
right? Yep.
So sometimes what tends to happen is anxious people tend to link with avoidant people because they
anxious
think,
avoidant trap, baby.
They think avoidant people are secure because anxious people are anxious.
Yeah.
And so secure and avoidant provide the same mellow response.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for them to attach to someone that's secure or avoidant.
Right.
Now, if they attach to someone avoidant, the problem is neither one of them.
No, neither one of them are able. Yeah.
And so what happens is the anxious person gets more anxious.
Right.
Because the avoiding person is
detaching.
extra detached.
Yep.
And then the avoiding person becomes more detached. Because the anxious person is driving them
more attached. Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, nigga.
So
it's my favorite book, by the way.
Okay.
It's literally my favorite book.
Okay. It's beautiful because you go,
nigga, the amount of O's I had reading that shit, I was like,
my O's were on the avoidant. I was like, I am.
Yeah.
Because for me,
I'm anxious for sure.
I want to keep peace.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so learning that, me avoiding doesn't keep peace.
Nah, especially if you're with an anxious person.
Yes.
I mean, they typically the two attract each other.
Those are.
You know what I mean? And,
so. And that's what I realize now in my dating life. Is like, I tend to run into anxious people because they find me very calm and secure. So I'm doing the things to work towards being more secure. Which sometimes goes directly against my direct impulse.
Yeah, you're
hardwiring. I don't like fighting. No. I'm not a yeller. I'm not a screamer. I do not have that aspect in me anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll go, this is not worth the fight. But
back up
to someone who's anxious.
That they need. What do you need me to do? I can fix it. What do you do? Yep, all that shit.
I don't like to talk on the phone. I'm not.
Can you please just talk to me? Please, can we just do it? Nigga, I already know, bro. I already know.
And then it'd be about nothing. Why are we on the phone talking about nothing?
It's so, it's so.
I'm so glad
we're talking about this, bro, because I've learned so much. After reading that book, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Because I've leaned anxious my whole life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, but it's so funny because most of my friends are avoidant. And so now when I have conversations with them, like I understand like the past relationships that I was in, I understand like, oh shit, that's what she was thinking.
Right. Like,
that's why, like, that's what it was. It wasn't any one person's fault. We just have different attachment styles.
We had different attachment styles, different value styles, and different ways of communicating.
Not different, opposite. And they fed into
the chaos.
This toxic situation.
And so, for me now, dealing with people, like, and I can, when I start to see that they're anxious, I then have to go, all right, am I going to deal with their anxiousness or am I going to remove myself before it becomes an issue?
And how do you, because I think everything is on a spectrum, right? And so how do you kind of gauge where that is on the spectrum? Like, do you say like, okay, this is too much for me, or this is like, okay, this is a manageable amount?
I can see. I'm now mature enough where I can see that's too much.
That's too much,
right? Because part of these attachment styles, you start to work out when you're in therapy, right? So what was hyper avoidant is now coming
closer to the center.
To secure.
Yeah.
Still avoidant.
Always, yeah.
Still
You're never
avoidant.
going to be 100%
I'm not going to jump
Nobody's
in the
ever going to be.
right. But as I'm moving closer, I'm now starting to be able to look and go,
yeah.
you've done nothing
Right. Yeah.
with your anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I cannot do
Right.
that.
Right.
Or some people are just hyper anxious.
Yeah.
I met a young lady who surfacely we vibe. Like everyone was like, man, y'all are it.
Right.
And I was like, damn, she is kind of it.
Yeah.
And then once we started to actually move beyond the level of friendship
Right.
and understanding, to me realizing, oh, she's hyper anxious.
Yeah.
And she's hyper anxious after doing
Yeah.
a ton of work.
So it's
And I was like, I'm not the guy for you.
Right,
Because
yeah.
what's going to happen is
it might come up. Yeah.
right, because what I realized is we had a very minor situation, and I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
halfway through it, I had to stop myself, and I was like,
How did that like the minor situation? How did that? And you don't have to go into specifics, but like, how did that play out? Was it more so like she was wanting to fix it and like sit and talk about it and or understand?
but it wasn't
you?
even a fix it thing, right? It was a miscommunication.
And
right?
so there was.
I said this.
I already know. Yep.
She heard something else,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when we came back together, it was like, well, A, B, C, and D. And I was like, we don't need to talk about it.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I said, clearly it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
No, we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we've already established
Right.
it was a
It
misunderstanding.
was yeah.
So, and I felt like we worked through that point.
Right.
And then she just was like, well, A, and then B, and then C.
Yeah.
And my
The anxiety started.
my shut off.
Oh yeah.
Like I felt the engine. You know
Yeah.
how like
Yep.
you put your car in eco?
Yep.
And you hit the light and it's like,
Doom. Yep.
my whole engine was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
yeah.
I was like, and she said something for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, all right, come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the work, but this is my work. All right, come back.
Yeah.
Reattach. Talk through it.
Yeah.
Talk through it.
Yeah.
Got to the end, and she was like, all right, can I have a hug?
You weren't even trying to fucking hug, right? I already know, nigga. I already know.
Hug.
You were not trying to hug.
Hug.
Because you were drained. You were sitting in a place of like I already know, bro.
I was cooked.
You were yes.
I was
yes,
cooked.
Yeah.
And I was like, we didn't even have to do this.
Yeah.
I gave her the hug though. This
Yeah.
is the understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just me, and these are the things. Like if you want to
Yeah.
be with your partner,
Yeah.
you're going to have to do things that
Yeah.
you don't want to do.
Right.
And it didn't work out
Yeah.
long term. Which
Sure. It happens.
I didn't lose some sleep.
Yeah. Well, of course you didn't. You're avoiding attachment.
But I mean, not even that, because I listen. I've been in long term relationships.
Yeah.
And I've done them kind of successfully.
Okay.
Right. Like I like who I am in a
the
healthy,
relationship.
dynamic
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people with a lot of damage
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's not doing any of the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where the problem comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because some of this work is not, like we talk about avoiding and anxious, and we talk about, people throw in zodiac signs and this, and we talk about values and this. And sometimes you just got to be a decent fucking person.
Yeah. 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 That's really all it is.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be like,
Yeah.
if I was in this situation, how would I want this situation
How
to be
would I
handled?
want it to play out?
That's it. Like it's amazing how you know the saying, right? Like don't talk to yourself like you would talk to someone else, 'cause
Yeah.
you would never say the things to yourself that you would say to a person.
Right.
Well, what happens is when we get into relationships, we get so comfortable with the other person that we say things to them that we would never say to someone else.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
hey, remember, do you respect this person?
Well, I think the other layer to that, though, Marv, is that when you say, like, never talk to somebody in a way that you wouldn't talk to yourself or whatever, a lot of people don't realize that they have a lot of negative self-talk subconsciously.
Yes.
And so when you get into an intimate relationship with somebody and it gets deep, if you're very self-critical, you'll never hear it being said to yourself.
Got it.
But it comes out
It's easy
with
for
the
you
other
to say it,
to the other person, right?
Yeah.
So but again, like nobody really realizes how self-critical they are because they never say it to themselves
until you start doing the work. Because like one of my biggest things, and I still have to catch myself from saying it, is I'm like, oh, you're a fucking dumbass.
Right.
Quick.
Yeah.
And then I have to go, all right, reframe.
Right. Yeah.
That was careless. You made a mistake. Da-da-da.
Well, that's
that's work.
Well, that's one of the things. It's like if you're, so for example, and pull a curtain all the way back, like me and Chloe are perfectionists. You know what I mean? Or recovering perfectionists.
Okay.
You know, and so sometimes when one of us makes a mistake, simple mistake.
Yep.
Wrong. Nope. You did fix it.
Hey, what? Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with you like making a careless mistake. It's just that I am so afraid of making a mistake because there's shame attached to mistakes.
Yep.
And so because I grew up, if I made a mistake, then I was bad. I wasn't good enough. I was bad. So that's shaped my worldview. And so now, whenever I see anybody make a mistake, nope, you got to fix this, right? And that goes with everything. Yeah. So.
But that's what I was saying where we talk about value systems, right?
Right.
Like value systems are not the things that we didn't create our value systems, right?
No.
Like those were imparted upon us. Those are environmental,
baby.
like value systems,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So. Like, for example, my aunt used to smoke weed all the time.
Yeah.
I would never smoke weed in front of my mom. My kid is never allowed to smoke weed in front of me.
Yeah.
Over my aunt's house, though?
Right.
Roll that shit up.
Roll that shit up. Yeah.
But me as a parent,
yeah,
my kid, and we're in LA, people do. I wish he knows.
That nigga would, yeah.
I wish he would.
Yeah.
That's not I didn't make that. That's not a choice that I made.
Right.
But I stand behind that because I do believe that there's a parent and there's a child respect area.
For sure.
But you see some of these other parents who just want to be friends.
Yeah, they just want to smoke with their kid.
Value system.
Yeah.
The perfectionist aspect of a volume system.
Yeah.
My thing is, my mom was like, you're going to learn how to cook.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because women out here don't know how to cook. You're going to learn how to cook.
Nigga, I was just on the phone with my best friend about this shit. She don't cook for her husband. And then I was telling Chloe don't cook for me either. It's a California thing. But continue, sorry.
But to me, that's a
yeah.
You don't cook.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, worldview, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I cook.
Right.
And I cook well.
Yeah.
But help me. And that was something that became a problem in one of my past relationships. We actually moved together and things were going well. And then it would be like, if I'm out all day, I'm an acts of service guy. I love cook. I will cook for you or whatever. But if I'm out all day, and I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm busting my ass,
it'd be nice. What is it? Is the way you communicate it? It'd be nice to, or you need to, or because
I think the initial conversation. I know in the beginning, that was something that she had expressed,
said, "Hey, I'd like to,"
as important to her,
and then thought about it, It
was like,
said,
nah,
you know what? Nah.
But that was something that was expressed. So I was like, all right, you don't know how to.
Yeah,
that's fine. But you'll learn, and you'll learn because you want to be able to do this for your family.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not even practicing.
No.
Listen, if I'd have came in, you'd have burnt some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, babe,
it's
come
all
on.
Good. It's all good. Yeah, nah.
But again, that's a value system.
Yeah.
Thing. That's just my mom was so adamant about it.
Yeah.
And about why it was important to cook for your family and what it meant. It's just, so same thing with being a perfectionist, or making sure that you get up at 5.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those things. Like, now, mind you, again, we can work on them.
Yeah.
But those become hard things to break because all of a sudden it's a part of you for 20, 30 years. And now
it's almost impossible.
It's
impossible.
And now it's 30 days. And you're like, this is the hardest thing in the world because it's been instilled.
You know what was, and since we're on the topic of so my anxious attachment has come from my relationship with my parents, and it's interesting because the way that it's kind of developed is in the form of like people pleasing. They're kind of one and the same, right? Yeah. And so my, and it kind of came from like my brother being like a big asshole, and my parents like fighting with him, like fighting,
like,
and then them like sending him away to like one of those Utah camps overnight.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was in 6th grade when that happened. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, bet I will do whatever y'all say.
Yeah, we're about to
you ain't got to worry about shit. I'll do it. Right. And so then that became like a fear-based people pleasing. Like, I need to be on my shit to everybody.
But that's where the anxiousness comes from.
And that's where the anxiousness comes from, because when I start to see somebody even the slightest upset at me, I'm like, oh, fuck.
What happened?
I don't know what the feeling now, I know where it comes from, of like that fear of like, chaos in the house with my brother, and like then like being sent away, whatever, like, not being loved, all that shit. And so, so when I get that anxious feeling, it comes from my parents and like me constantly wanting to people please them. And so I forgot where I was going with this.
I think you were going to like with the source of your anxiousness.
Yeah. So it comes from my parents, and so and so that turned into like every relationship I've ever had has been like that anxious attachment thing. And, it really became an issue during the pandemic with Boo. And you know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't have any other, like, this is my life.
You get all of it.
You get all of it, right? And so, but the thing that really healed it, and I don't know if you've done this, obviously the therapy really helped me gain awareness. But then it was kind of like putting that into practice.
That's the part,
right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a way. So I was putting it into practice with my relationship, and obviously that causes conflict, which, as a anxious attachment,
you're like, well, this is not working.
This is terrible. This is getting worse, right? But it was it was going to the source. And I'm lucky to have the opportunity to go to the source, but going to the source of it. So I flew to the Bay to see my parents, and I sat them down and I said, hey, because my parents weren't, it was same shit. They wouldn't respect my boundaries, because the dynamic is I do whatever you guys say. Even at 33, I do whatever you guys say. And so when I flew to the Bay, I was kind of like done with that. I was like, okay, guys, like, I'm undoing a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to like become like a more secure person, not trying to be a people pleaser anymore. Like, with you guys, it comes from, everything in growing up and Tyler and you sending him away. So moving forward, I would very much like you guys to respect my boundaries, and like I will be telling you guys no, like when I feel like saying no, like because I want to have an adult relationship with you guys. Nigga, when I tell you I was by the way, I was crying and all that, of this stuff, trying to do it because I was terrified. At 30-something, 3 years old, I was, because all that that child shit was all coming up. And when I did that, I didn't know what to expect. My mom, thank God, she was, my mom, she was like very receptive. She was crying too, and she was very receptive. She's like, okay, yeah. My dad, dad, black man, okay, yeah, like,
I can see it.
yeah, literally, yeah, like, okay, yeah, no, I understand. Like, I went through the same thing when I was your age, like, yeah, cool, right? And so I felt confident after that to be like, okay, cool, like, I'm a new nigga now. I tell people no, like, I tell my girl no, like, I do this,
Right.
and that helped for sure. And obviously, like, my mom like reverted back to
Well,
that's
because that's
it's
yeah, it's that
30
shit
years
happened.
of this is our dynamic. But I say all that because I don't know if you've had the opportunity to kind of like look at the source of like where does your avoidant attachment or where does your come from, and have you been able to confront it at the source and be
I
like,
can't confirm.
you can't confront
So
yours.
my avoidant, and this is
Yeah.
going through it in therapy. I went to 5 different elementary schools, 3 different high schools.
Yeah.
I mean 3 different middle schools and 3 different high schools.
Can't get too attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
what happens is you're in this one neighborhood. Like, and my mom, she did it for our benefit, right? Like we were on Section 8. My dad was in and out the house.
Right.
We were on Section 8, and so when neighborhoods would start to really tank,
Right.
my mom would try to find the new place,
Yep.
either a better neighborhood or a community that just started accepting
Right.
like Section 8 housing,
Yeah.
so that we could get into these better neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So sadly, in Baltimore, neighborhoods tank fast.
Fast.
So, like, I remember being at Pimlico.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first girlfriend. It was like we were like 5, though,
Whatever,
but her
nigga.
name was Courtney. Like
formative
I remember like
Yeah.
playing the farmer and Adele and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. And then we moved,
Whew.
right? And then you move and no
Nobody.
one, right? So now you're in this neighborhood and you're like, all right, I got to
Yeah.
make new friends.
Yeah.
And so then you make new friends.
Yeah.
And then you move again.
Right.
Right? Now, what you don't realize is when you leave,
Mm-hmm.
you lose your friends. Like for
Yeah.
me, I always thought, well, if we just go back or
Nah.
I've run into you again,
Life
we'll recontinue.
Life kept lifing for them, and yeah.
Exactly. So then you pop back up, or like one of my best friends at the time, his name was Ronald Fitzgerald,
Mm-hmm.
right? We lived on the corner house there. They lived on the corner house the other. And
Yeah.
that was my dude, and his mom loved me. And so when I first moved, we would
Mm-hmm.
go over each other's house.
Yeah.
Then it just dies,
Right.
right? And then you go, well, damn, why did that die?
Right.
Was it me? Was it him? It's just life. Now you're in a new neighborhood. You got to make new friends again. So part of my stand up
Yeah.
is me coming to the realization when I was younger that I make friends when I'm funny.
Got it.
So
Got it.
I need to hone being funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then again, you move.
Yeah.
So you go through these, like I said, 5 elementary schools.
Yeah.
I went to Pimlico, Featherbed, Emerson Heights, Riverview, but I'm missing one.
Is that why? Do you think that's where your avoidant attachment comes from?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the only way to process that as a kid is to start to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the moving and crying doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
To sit in the house and sulking doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm active. You know me. I need to be outside. I need to play
Yeah.
or whatever. So now
Yeah.
got to make new friends. Now we're moving again. So now, do you cry while you're packing,
Right.
or do you just understand what it is? So
Yeah.
basically, there's this point where you're sad for a little bit, then you're crying for a little bit.
It's almost like a what's the point type of worldview. Not what's the point, but like and again, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it's almost like a don't get too attached, don't get too invested, because eventually
It ends.
it could end.
Yeah.
Or
And then-
it ends
And then
inevitably.
how do you function after it ends?
Yeah,
Right.
because if you put all your eggs in that basket,
Yeah.
and then because when you were 5, you did that.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this is my best, like this is my
is it.
life, and then it
Yeah.
ended, and then it kept happening. So now, as a 40-year-old adult, sorry,
Yeah, I mean, listen, I remember my age.
I
My age is
aged
fine.
you, but
no, it's fine. But
Yeah.
it's the same shit with my first love.
yeah,
My first love, she
Yeah.
was 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
I was in a freshman
In high
when
school.
she was a senior.
Oh, so she,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mind
One,
you,
good for you for
Huh?
that. I said good for you for that.
But
but then also,
it's a wild
Yeah.
wild situation
Yeah.
because but what happened was like I saw her the entire summer. Like the summer from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I have my little growth spurt now.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym working out because
Yeah.
I'm playing ball. Like
Yeah.
I look all right,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
A little bit of the joints come in.
like what I have now.
What you got? Yeah, I had. That's
You had
exactly what I
that in
had.
freshman in high school.
And so we dated
Yeah.
that whole summer.
Yep.
Like my first date was me and her going downtown to the Inner
Yeah.
Harbor in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Walking around the Inner Harbor. We caught the bus.
Yeah.
We walked around the Inner Harbor. I didn't have any real bread.
Yeah.
We went to Subway, got a foot long,
It was
the foot long.
It was one of those
It was-
R&B. One of those R&B.
Oh, it was.
romantic-
Think I was
yeah.
Tyrese on the
Yeah,
bus.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, all that fast forward, she goes away to college.
Yeah.
Right?
that's
We're
how-
still talking 3 hours a day, dude, right?
Yep.
And then she's like, calls me, hey, babe, sorry, I got to start studying for midterms.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Midterms. Schmidterms.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you
were
in
fresh-
college.
You a freshman in high school. You don't know what's really
What-
going on. You haven't been to
I'm-
college
this
yet.
is my now I'm into my sophomore year at
Yeah.
this point. But
Yeah.
like, I'm sure midterms are crazy for you because school wasn't hard for me, but
right.
it's
right.
college.
It's
now.
college. So
It's
you,
college.
Yeah.
And so that was like October was midterms, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really talk again. Like we talk, but it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm going out to do this. I'm doing this. Or
Yeah.
that. You're in college. When I tell you I'm not even tripping.
You're not even tripping.
I'm not even tripping.
Because you get it. Yep, I heard it, nigga.
Right. So and then
I
it's-
get
and
you
then it's
because
football.
I went through something similar.
I
so
got
get
football going
Yeah.
on, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm sitting there with nothing on my
Right.
plate
you.
either.
Right.
And then never forget this. I go to church
Yeah.
because that's where I know her from. I go to church,
Yeah.
and I know she's coming back. I see,
Yeah.
and it's what was it? It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I knew she was coming back home for Thanksgiving.
I know
so,
this story, by the way.
Yeah.
This is,
So I'm like, all right, I'm suited and booted. I'm
Yeah,
ready to
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
see Shorty. And my boys are at the basketball court, and I guess they peeped her come in
Oh shit.
with her family or whatever. They like, yo, come on, let's go play ball. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, y'all niggas stupid. I'm going to see Shorty. And it was like, it was like you could see this.
They knew.
In hindsight, I could see that they were like, how do we keep
How do
him
we get him
outside
out of this
and
situation? Yeah.
I got Brute cologne on at the time. I got Brute. I got on what is the Maurice Malone jeans with the Jordan. I got the Timbs that match the scene.
Oh my
I'm
god.
killing it.
This man. Okay.
I walk in a church and I'm like looking for her and I see her and there's like a whole crowd of people at the church because she's gone, right?
Yeah.
And so I see her, she looks at me and then she looks down. And I was like, it just wasn't a reaction.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be like, oh my God, babe, I haven't seen you, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe she's got to play it cool because she still is, like, she's in college. I'm a sophomore.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe I got to, like, chill. So I was like, all right. And then I
yeah.
look again, and she doesn't look up.
Yeah.
And I see her standing next to a dude.
Yeah.
And
she brought this nigga home, bro.
And they say, oh, have you met her boyfriend? And I'm you want to talk about sledgehammer to the
bro. Sheesh.
devastated.
Sheesh.
And I was like, but because of all of my attachment stuff before,
Then add that onto it.
I was like, all right, cool.
Bet this is how this should go. Never again. Yep.
But not
Yep.
never again in the terms of I'll never fall in love again.
No, but I like.
But you'll never catch me.
You never catch. What?
You'll
I
never
will
catch
never.
me.
I will never be in a situation like this again. If anything smells like anything that resembles it, what?
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
So
Hyper aware.
with my I cannot go back
Right. That's how that
and
goes.
reconnect
Yeah.
all of those years of childhood together.
That's
right?
so interesting, bro. That's so interesting because I had literally a parallel situation to that, but it's so interesting because my attachment style, like everything that happened before my situation of like that, it literally sent me on like an opposite trajectory than you, right? Because my thing was like, again, because I had more of like an anxious attachment style, it became more of like, okay, after I found out that my first love had a boyfriend, you know, I was like, okay, well, you're not gonna catch me. It was like you're not gonna catch me slipping, but at the same time, it was like I'm gonna commit harder.
I'm gonna be on my P's and Q's I don't let any of like nothing's gonna slip through. I'm gonna be hyper aware.
It was like it was hyper aware, but it was still like my next relationship is gonna be like even better, like even more committed. I don't know. It was weird, bro. Like I could have gone the route of like, man, fuck these hoes. Like I'm not trusting these. Like we could have been in the streets together.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think my worldview and I think also my parents had something to do with it too.
Yeah.
But like my foundation and my parents' foundation made it almost impossible. I think I tried to be out in the streets.
And just you weren't.
I tried.
It wasn't good for you.
It wasn't. It didn't work. It didn't work for me, and so I kind of reverted back to like, okay, well, I'll go with what works for me, and then that's when I met her. You know what I mean? But it's just very interesting to hear like how we can go through literally the same exact thing.
But that's what the value system comes from, right?
Because like kind of root you.
You have a 2-parent family dynamic, so you know what that looks like, right, and what that feels like. For me, my dad was
Pops was in and out.
Yeah, Pops was in and out the house. So that's his own stuff because his pops
was in and out. Yeah.
So you get those things, but when it comes to like it wasn't for me. It wasn't let me run into the streets. That's not what I thought.
No.
What my thing was just like I'm cool.
Right. You're good. Like you're cool. Like you're good not by yourself, but like you can manage. You don't need.
No.
Yeah.
So like my time of being single from when I was in that long-term relationship to that next short-term relationship, not back then, but like most recently, relationship was years.
Yeah. Because you don't need it. No, you don't need it. It's almost easier to. Yeah.
Now, if you're somebody that I'm digging, you get all of the energy, but then then there's me doing all the work that I now know has to be done with my avoiding thing because some people are in relationships where they're like, you won't fight for me. Like, and this was some wild shit. If I just walked out the door, you would let me go. Yeah.
Why are you walking out the door? Why are you walking out the door?
Right. Like you good. You want me to fight for you, but why? If you want to be in this relationship, don't leave it.
How do you manage that? Because I can imagine how frustrating it is to know that you're doing the work and being with somebody who it doesn't seem like they're kind of not relying on. It's easier for them to not do the work and you just do the work.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm just going to assume like given the nature of like your more recent relationships, like you are the leaning more of the avoidant going towards the secure and like your partners are the anxious. And so it's almost easier like it's almost easier for them to just kind of like chill.
Let me get to the
yeah,
secure
exactly.
side. But
exactly.
All right. So
How do you deal with that?
you know the South African
Yes.
that I dated.
Yep.
Okay. So very anxious attachment.
Yeah.
And dope person, love her to death. Had I'm not going to put what her history was.
Sure.
But had a lot of traumatic moments in her history.
Relationship wise or like family?
Both.
Okay. Got
Both.
it.
And so I don't know if she's ever realized, even to this day, the implications that has put on what our relationship dynamic was.
Yeah.
But there was even a point where the therapist told her, "Hey, he's good for you. Really good for you."
You hear it a lot.
So for me, right? Like I wasn't perfect in our relationship.
Sure,
I'm not gonna say that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I wouldn't even claim that.
Yeah.
But when your therapist
tells you,
"Hey,
this that nigga, bro.
you gotta
step it up.
You got a good one,
Yeah.
right here."
Yeah.
After coming out of
that. I've heard this so often, bro, and that's why I'm asking. I'm like, how do you manage?
But I don't think
you know that you're doing the work, and like it, and you're kind of watching your.
But I mean, dude, I think part of it is there's a level of frustration because you do the work and you want to start seeing dividends, return on the investment, right?
Yeah.
And then what really almost seems to be the case now is, oh, you're doing the work, and then the lack of work starts screaming at you.
Yeah. Yep. That's facts, bro.
And
that's
then,
a bar.
And you're going, oh my God, I can't even play here.
Nah.
Because a lack of work is screaming at me.
Right.
Now, the mature person would just be like, let me get out of here. Marvin is still like, I will fuck him for a little bit.
I don't know that the mature person would be like, let me get out of here, but
I think that's I can tell you.
Yeah. That it's
this is not going to work. Let me get out of it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
But then I go,
yeah.
Damn, she thick. She thick as shit. I just want to grab it.
I'll stick around a little longer. I'll stick around a little longer.
Let me, and I think, and that's something I legitimately, I guess, maybe 2 or 3 months ago was like, I need to stop doing that because what I don't think is leading on,
is leading on. What?
Because I'm mature enough to go, this is not going anywhere.
This is not going anywhere.
But you are not.
I literally just had this conversation with a friend of mine whom you know.
Okay.
You know this nigga.
Okay.
You'll see this nigga tomorrow.
Got it. Okay.
Same exact situation. He was telling me, I'm trying to be as vague as possible.
Right.
He was telling me, he's like, this girl, she's great. She's, she got great career. She's this, she's that, and she be putting it on me. But I don't really
listen.
I don't really like her, but she putting it on me. And I told him straight up. I was like, listen, as your friend, like a past version of me would be like, oh man, that's crazy. As your friend, stop wasting this girl's time.
Right. But that's where I'm still working. I'm still growing. God's not.
Listen. That's why I'm here, bro. Just don't waste these people's time, bro.
Hold on. I got to say that God's not done with me yet. Okay. We're still working. No, but dog, because again, which is why you telling me you've been married to a dude for 30 years and he's asexual don't make no sense to me.
Don't make no fucking sense.
None. Because I'm like, I'm like, yo, it's been 2 weeks, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're not.
It's been 3. It's been a month.
Yeah, it's.
And I said it wrong on a whole month.
Yeah. I think that at least according to the book, according to Attached, that has something to do with the avoidant attachment thing too.
Yeah.
It like the yes, like looking like putting so much weight on like the physical. It has a lot to do with the avoidant attachment thing.
I mean, we talked about this, right? Where I was like, is it better to go for
Oh yeah, we did talk
like
about this.
the beautiful, like stunning woman? I've been blessed. I've dated some phenomenal women.
I have to concur. I have to confirm. It's true.
I have dated some. I've dated some of them.
He's been he's exposed to a great environment. I have to say so.
But the question is it because those people never really are confronted with having to do the work, right?
Yeah.
Because no matter what your attachment style is, 9s and 10s trump those.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to be great.
No.
I don't have to be anything. I don't have to cook.
No.
I don't have to be valuable.
Yeah,
I don't have to bring you anything.
Yeah,
I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
And I put it on you.
But and I think this is where
and I'm sweet because a lot of them are sweet, right? So you go, all right, well that's what I want.
Well, I think this is why the like the physical part and like I'm just saying beauty, sex, all of that stuff, like the surface stuff. I think that is why the avoidant attachment thing is like tied to that is because that stuff kind of is like you're not really looking to like stick around for the hard shit anyway. You know what I mean?
So this is why this is
and maybe I'm not articulating that right, but
no.
ahead,
So you're saying you got the physical stuff. You're not in it for the heavy lifting.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the heavy lifting. It's easier to it feels better for the physical stuff. Like feels better for the physical stuff, and when the heavy lifting stuff comes, like the stuff that is
right,
it's you've already established in your attachment style that it's easier to just I don't need to deal with this.
Okay, yeah, but I think, and I can't speak for everyone, so
I'll
I'll only speak for me in this particular situation. I've been with some beautiful women that I've been like, we can work, we can do some of the heavy lifting, right? And it's not because of the physical nature, right? I mean that helps, right? That helps,
sure.
But I'm like, all right, we can do the heavy lifting, but then the problem is if you don't have anything to add to the heavy lifting, then there's nothing going on, right? Yeah. Like so, like I said, you can get away with not really having to be anyone.
But I think the point that I'm making is if there was no like let's say there was the beauty wasn't there and the sex wasn't great.
I'm not there. Why am I there though?
But and that's what I'm saying.
But why would I be there to begin with?
I'm not. No. But what I'm saying is this kind of ties back to like the value thing. It's like what do you put the most weight on?
No, I don't. I disagree because like say first of all, don't let Everett do this to you.
No.
But hold on. No, wait. Because his
camera on me.
his woman is beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
So don't let him come here with the looks and it. Fuck that. But no, I'm not trying. No. Because attraction is an important aspect of human.
It is. I think people mistake that part for it is an important thing. Yes. But it's not the more important thing.
No,
it's the first step. Yes. But that first step isn't the bigger step.
I didn't know.
I'm not saying you're saying that.
But what I'm saying is that like you cannot dismiss the looks.
No,
because
no,
that's
no,
the
no.
first thing that made me say hello.
Right. Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you go and you go, all right, I met someone, she's beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Now there's a scale of attractive that you're attracted to, right?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you go, all right, I can work 7s to 10s.
Right. Yeah.
Then you go, I work 7.5 to 10s, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
whatever your range is. Some of
Yeah.
you might be like 4 to 10.
Yeah.
Right? Like whatever that is, right? Like
Yeah.
women tend to be able to let someone grow on them.
Right. Yeah.
Like fungus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Men tend to be
Yeah.
visuals, right? Even if she's not beautiful, she's got the butt or the something or whatever, right?
Yep.
So what I'm saying is what I've learned, not even what I've learned, what I've experienced
Yeah.
is as I go higher on the scale,
Yeah.
right? The personality, the coolness and
Yeah.
all that stuff starts to teeter,
Starts to diminish.
yes,
Yeah.
off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then you go, all right, is it better for me to sit here with a 6.5, 7 who
Yeah.
is A, B, C, D, and E, or do you go up the scale to a 10 and you go, all right, if she's got A and E, but B, C, and D aren't there, right? Like that's where you go, right? Like, do you go, oh, she's cute?
We did talk about this.
Yes.
And I'm debating on whether or not I want to alter my opinion. So at the time, my opinion, when we talked about this, at the time, my opinion was that Marv doesn't need to settle. You can find
Shoot for the stars.
You can find a 10 and that has like the total package.
And I do believe that
and it exists. It
Yes.
exists. But again, I can only go based off of my own experience. And it was because I think I've said this before on record, but like when I met Chloe, I was not attracted to her. I had rose-colored glasses for somebody.
for somebody else.
at
Yeah.
the time, and so I was like, whatever. Like she's cute, but like she ain't, she ain't, she ain't home.
We're right.
You know what I mean? And so, but for me, because I didn't, because I didn't see her as like this amazing, you know what I mean? Like, but she did have the coolness, the sweetness, the generosity, like all of the things past the first step.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking over the first step.
Yeah, you didn't.
Like,
that wasn't even part of the.
it wasn't even part of it. And so then when we started kicking it, then I was starting to like, oh, okay, like this is cool. Like I may not be like physically like all in, but like she's super dope, right? And then over time,
you looked and was like,
no, nigga. And then I blinked and I was like,
what the fuck was I talking about?
wait a second. I mean, and also,
Right.
But I'll also add to that, like, going from, when I meet her, from age 20, when you're trying to figure out what you really are like, what you're really looking like, to 31 when you found who you know what I mean? Like I've said this so many times, or like she's just gotten progressively more beautiful, and I think that's something to consider too.
Yeah, I don't,
you know what I mean?
I don't believe she has to be stunning for my friends.
Right.
I think she has to be stunning for me.
What I'm saying is you could probably get away with like a 7, or you could probably start at a 7, and I guarantee you over time, maybe, I don't know, maybe the age thing maybe plays a huge role in that. But I was going to say over time, she may make it to a 9.
Listen, dude, I don't, again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder,
It's
right?
true. It's true.
So
It's true.
there
It's
might
true.
be
It's true.
someone that I look at and I think is beautiful.
Yeah.
But you might be like, oh damn, Marmor's at a 7. But I'm like, damn, that's
Well,
that's
all
a
that
9
matters,
for
though.
me.
That's all that matters,
Yeah,
though.
but
That's all that
so
matters.
that's what I'm saying in
Oh.
the realm of it, right?
You're saying what I consider
what Marvin says
Yeah.
is a 6. Is that okay? Because I think long-term attraction is important, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you said, Chloe gets more beautiful as time goes on. I want to be able to say that because I do believe that if I'm looking, like, I've seen a girl wake up with her hair all over the place.
Yeah, you see, you know what that looks like.
And you just be like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm about to eat the
Yeah. Yep. All
Right.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either breakfast.
And then I've seen others where I just been like,
get away.
why am I here?
Why am I here? Yeah.
So
yeah.
So it comes to
That's
that
true.
and dealing with, like I said, what I think is beautiful, and then based on the values that they bring, and wanting to do the heavy lifting. But when I've seen
it's just
more
hard to
of
find.
yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Because my taste tends to be kind of what the crowd's taste is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I go, hey, there's this girl, she's a 10. Most people go, she's a 10. Generically speaking, right?
Do you feel like this is a real question? Because me and Chris were talking about this yesterday on the treadmill. He was talking about like circling back around the block. Like, do you feel like if you were to look back on your dating history that there were probably women that you let go, or that you passed on, or that it didn't work out, that you're like, honestly, that one got away? Like, is there, because the reason I say that is because a lot of the advice that I've given, unsolicited advice, of course, that I've given like some of my friends and like my family, is like, it's not really useful advice at this point for them, but is like, yo, if you can lock somebody down in college, then that's probably a good move. I don't know, like, and I don't know. To me, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm like, college is a great place to meet somebody. Wait, I want to know why you're smiling. No. Okay, wait. Tell me.
I'm not gonna blow it up. I'm just gonna show you.
Oh God, am I prepared for this?
I'm gonna show you.
Marv's gonna show me something, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know if I'm prepared.
What college looks like now.
So here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, man. Okay. So maybe not. Maybe. Oh my.
Right.
Okay, so never mind. I take my statement back.
So
I
think there's, and to be fair, I think there's a lot of things that you don't know about yourself in college.
That's true.
That you learn about as time goes on.
Yeah, I you know what? I hear you on. I actually have to agree, and I think I need to have a little bit more self-awareness of my own circumstances, because I think I will say that I think my circumstances specifically are very unique and kind of a perfect storm for like success a little bit. Like, not even to toot my own horn, but like, I'm very fortunate to have kind of like the example that I had like growing up. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I'm very fortunate to have met Chloe, specifically the way that I did. You know what I mean? And so like everything kind of like worked out in a very unique way. And so I don't know, like sometimes I try to give advice of like, do what I did, and it's like, it's not really realistic. Let me see. That was before. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, now at 40. So
but
now,
I will say this to answer the first part of your question.
Yeah.
Not locking someone down in college. Is there someone that I can look back on and say I let go? And I don't want to say,
not to like regret, but just kind of be like, this person like kind of had everything kind of going, like, and it just
yeah, I think.
But I didn't know any better at the time that I needed to make this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just weren't
there yet.
Yeah, like most of my college, post college, 20s in New York, I'm very confident in saying no.
Nah. Yeah.
But there was one who there's one, but it's not college. It's probably high school. But life never lined up.
Yeah. The reason I asked that is because our friend, who you will see,
Yeah.
like I've known this nigga for a while, and he says the same thing. He's like, man, literally the same exact thing. Like, should I settle or should I go for the? And it's like I have to tell him repeatedly. I'm like, bro, everything that you're asking for, like you want the looks, the great sex, like everything, but then like the kindness and I've watched you ruin it several times. I've watched you pass on, not just pass on it, like sabotage it, like 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? So like you're not that lucky, like you're not in the position to ask for that back at this point. And so that's why I was asking you, because I was like, okay, do you have? Okay, yeah.
And this is what I'll say. Everyone has different moments at those times in my life, right? So to say I've fucked off on some, right?
Yeah.
Because I was young and
Yep.
And kind of attractive and kind of in shape. So I fucked off on some,
yeah.
but if I say like truly captivated my attention, there was one, but she fucked off.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's one, but she fucked off. So it was like, all right, well,
Yeah.
you fucked off. And,
Yeah, no, there's nothing. No, I'm saying specifically you, like where you're like.
No, there's one person I'm very curious about.
Yeah.
But she was, at the time, I want to say I was 26, and she had just turned 21.
Got it.
And me at that time, I was like, "You're a kid.
You're a baby." Yeah.
Yeah.
As you get older, that shit don't even.
And
matter.
then I realized, I'm like, "Wait a minute, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that was nothing."
That was nothing. It's 5 years.
So I would be curious, but I can also think back and go, there was no self-awareness
Exactly.
on her end.
Yeah.
She would have been. I think one of the things that is a real big turnoff to me is when you don't know who you are and you're trying to be what you think
Other people want you to be.
or what I want you
Which
to be
I want you to be.
in a relationship.
Yeah.
That is a big turnoff
That's
to me.
a classic anxious attachment.
I want you to
Yeah.
know who you are.
Yeah.
And then I be who I am.
Got it.
And we meet
So
and
this
make that work.
So this might be your time, because what you're saying is mostly like if you're dating in like the age group that you said that you're looking for, you're gonna find that for sure. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
yeah. So it's just, but we're living in a time now where my age group wants you to have everything. And that's what my problem is. Like financial.
Yeah.
Like everything has to be perfect, and I'm an
Everything has to
artist.
be lined up, yeah. So it's
And at
not-
this point,
things aren't never lined up for
no.
artists.
But the thing is, as you very well know,
yeah,
and tomorrow, everything will line up.
everything, yeah,
So
yeah.
but
everything
it's
could change.
because I met someone last year, 2 years ago, who, when I say we vibed,
yeah,
beautiful,
it was
all those things.
yeah,
But she also dated guys that were very well off, right? So
that counts, bro.
you're talking about guys who pull up in the Bentley and.
But do you want to be that person?
I mean, yeah, I want to pull up in a Bentley, but I don't want that to be.
But Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
So
your statement.
so
Yeah.
what that did for me was that let me know. I was like, unfortunately, as dope as you are, when my bag comes, I'm not gonna want you, because then I'm going to know that my bag was responsible for closing this deal. And I mean, Chris and I have had this conversation, right?
Yeah.
I don't fault her.
No.
I don't fault her at all.
No.
Right? Like, that's what you're used to.
Yeah.
And you are fine enough for that.
Yeah.
I think what I would have wanted to know was like, hey, I know you're going after this bag. Let's go get this bag. I think that is a very different.
That's what you're that. Because my question. Eventually, we got to wrap this up, but
Yeah, we definitely do. We ain't been out here.
I know. I told Clay, I was like, we're only gonna go like an hour.
2 hours later.
Yeah, we're in like 2 something. But I guess my question is like, is there? What about is there a world where like, because what you're saying, it sounds like maybe you're hoping to find somebody who sees your potential rather than like who you are at this moment.
Potential is not the right word.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because when you say like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Potential is not the right word.
Okay.
Because potential is that there one day maybe.
But that's what you just said though.
No,
Okay.
what I want you to invest in is my who I am.
Right today.
And how I move
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. The bag. Yeah, you can sit there and go the potential of the bag. I'm who I am.
Yeah.
How I work.
Yeah.
How I move.
Right.
My work ethic.
Yep.
Those are the things.
Got it.
That fuck potential.
Right.
I'm not going to potentially become a better person.
So somebody who sees the. I mean,
who sees Marvin?
Sees Marvin. Yeah.
Yes.
Sees Marvin
as a
and
whole.
What you have, who you are today, right now.
Yes.
That is enough for
That's,
that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want you to sit there and go, well, tomorrow it'll be
no. I just wanted to make sure that that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so potential's not the right word, because potential is
when he gets the Benz, when he gets the
because I don't change.
Right. Exactly.
Right? The bank account changes.
Right.
What I can or what I cannot do changes.
Right. Yeah.
Marvin, the person you're going to sit on the couch with, watch a movie with, make babies with, all that shit.
How do you weed that out? I think that's the hardest part.
I think it is. I think it becomes a what is it? An oxymoron. Because it's like you cannot separate them, right?
Yeah.
Because we had a phenomenal time. Like we've gone out on multiple dates, right?
Okay.
Phenomenal time, and it'll be like, oh, let's go do lunch, and we'll go do lunch at a really nice place.
Yeah.
Here in LA, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, damn, lunch was $250. All right, lunch was great, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go home. Let's watch a movie. Let's kick it. We had a couple of drinks.
Yep. Yeah, you already know.
Oh my God, we should do this.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, we can do this. Oh, and then we should go get dinner. Wait a minute. Dinner where? Because this turned from a nice lunch to $1,000 day.
That's why I said what I said earlier.
But here's
about
the thing:
college thing.
Marvin's
maybe that doesn't
not
matter.
going to do that when the bag is present.
Yeah.
Because that just feels irresponsible.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go home. Let me cook. Let's do something, or you can cook, or we can cook together. Because it's not about how much money we can spend and how fast we can spend.
Nah, hell nah.
It's about spending time together.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like, oh, this doesn't match.
Right.
But it's hard.
It doesn't line up.
Right?
It's
because
extremely hard. I mean, I will say this too, bro. I will say this, and then I'll let you.
And we'll
and
wrap
I'll
it.
let
And
you.
we'll
And I'll
wrap it up.
I'll let you wrap it up. But I will say that where we live, it plays a huge factor in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It plays a huge, like, what you're looking for in terms of like somebody that is loving you for you is very difficult to find where we live. And I say very difficult with a capital V because the culture of why people move out here is to obtain the car, that's why people move out here, because ultimately that's what they want.
Right.
And if you go somewhere else that there's no emphasis on that and it's on.
But I think we're just to counter your point.
Yeah.
Part of that is we live in the Instagram social media world.
Oh,
so it's not just here
that
anymore.
Amplifies.
It infiltrates
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I've met someone who I think is super dope.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Who's not from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
the Instagram.
But no.
Oh.
But lives here now.
Okay.
And is fine.
Okay.
And so what's starting to happen is the streets are starting to let her know, oh baby, you can get paid just to be you, right? Because dudes with money out here don't have to be a person.
No,
they can literally just go, here's $5,000.
Here's $5,000. Do what you want.
Let's go shopping. Let's go out. Let's take a trip. Let's do this. Let me fly you here. And so you get caught up in the what and not the who.
Are you talking about somebody I think I know you're talking about?
I'm just speaking.
I knew. I was like, these numbers are so specific.
I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking.
Okay.
I'm just speaking out loud.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
So it really is an oxymoron. But I think, and what I'm counting on is feeling it when it's right.
Yeah. You will.
It's feeling it when it's right.
Yeah.
Right. And again, there's another young lady that I've met.
Yeah.
And she seems very like down.
Yeah.
To earth.
Yeah. Good.
But has a hell of a anxious attachment style now.
Yeah.
So then it's like, all right, so you don't have this aspect, you have this, and this is what we were talking about in A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
What are you willing to trade off?
Mm-hmm.
And where does it fall on the scale?
Right.
Of these things?
Yeah.
And I don't have any answers.
Hey man,
help me.
What's your hey, God bless anybody who's made it this far to the end of the podcast.
Hey,
what's your IG handle, bro?
You can find me on social media under it's at Marvin Telp, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
This nigga is 40 years old and said TikTok. That's crazy.
Listen,
bro.
dude,
That's
I'm on TikTok. What do you want me to do?
You're an entertainer, man. You gotta be.
I got it. Yeah. You can catch me on YouTube at Comedy Trap House News.
Ooh, Comedy Trap House News.
Comedy Trap House News. We do every Monday. We do a recap of what's going on in the world. I'm stand up all over LA.
Ooh, the show tomorrow. This might be posted by tomorrow. But
maybe. If not,
it probably won't be.
Just did one night, one mic special with Chris Kane as the producer, executive producer, host, and everything.
All of it.
I'm just going to compete.
You out here, bro.
We out here.
Well,
look it up.
Thank you, sir, for stopping by. This
Absolutely.
was probably the longest podcast that I've done on here.
It's because we don't kick it enough.
It's because we don't kick it enough. We just over here.
Yeah.
We just over here chopping it up. Please come back. Please do this again.
Absolutely.
We got a special one coming up because Chris said that you guys are both going to be here.
Yeah.
At some point, and so we're going to finally have a three-person podcast. No Diddy. But yeah. Anyway, that's Less of a Mess, the only podcast where free relationship advice is worth every penny. And I usually end this in a very awkward. I just put the mic down.